Being a practice owner at any time is super difficult, but during a pandemic, mid-pandemic, I don't know exactly where we are. We're still in a pandemic-influenced world. And as dental practice owners, this is driving us nacho nuts. It's creating confusion. It's creating stress. My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman. I'm here with Zach Hoskins, key resource and sponsor, Duckett Lad, and they do an amazing thing with strategic planning to help practice owners go from confusion to clarity. So we're going to talk with Zach. Zach, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do in your daily dentisting life to help dentists reduce stress and increase success?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks. I just wanted to thank you for having me on, Dr. Nacho. And what we've recognized at Duckett Lad, dental CPAs and advisors, is that many dentists struggle with the business side of dentistry. And they can end up feeling chained to their chair. And so we end up providing guidance so they can build the practice that supports the life they want to live. So day in and day out, my role here is to help them go from confusion to clarity using our strategic planning proven process.
Love that. I've made a fancy graphic here. As a dental practice owner, it's easy to cry on the inside and outside, and you want to go to a practice owner where you have a good core: mind, words, hands, clinical, leadership, business communication. So Zach, in your experience with this program you guys run with strategic planning, tell us the symptoms of the practice owners that are interested in this. They're saying, how are they feeling? What are they doing? Is it about money? Is it about morale? Is it about both? Tell us a little more about that.
Absolutely. That's a great question. So before doing strategic planning, what we find with practice owners is that they have a general confusion surrounding why they exist.
Right.
Why do they go to the practice every day? Why are they even doing this? What do they stand for? What are they trying to impart on their patients? What are they trying to impart on their team members? What are they trying to impart in their personal life? Where are they going? What's their long-term vision of what they want the practice to look like? How are they going to get there? They don't know. They just don't.
I'll share it, Zach. I've never been a new mom. I've been a new dad. But if you said to a new mom at the end of the day, what did you do all day? They want to strangle you because I took care of this crazy 3-year-old. Like 3-year-olds. And sometimes, like a movie Rocky from Philadelphia, the bell goes ding at 8 a.m. It stops at 5 p.m. and you're just trying to get through the day. But it sounds like you guys have created a timeout in dentists' lives where they can reach out to you guys. And let's talk a little bit about this program. They feel confused, they feel stressed, and they reach out to you guys. Tell us about the strategic planning program you guys have.
Absolutely. So basically what it is it boils down to answering those 5 key questions and then outputting a 1-page strategic plan that you can go in and implement in your practice. And so that's correct. It is a timeout. It's a saying, hey, yeah, I know we're busy. We might be on the edge of burnout. We haven't had a chance to actually work on the practice instead of just working in the practice. And so here are the 5 key questions that we answer that outputs a ton of things that we can get to after of what happens after you have this in place. So the 5 key questions are: why do we exist? What do we stand for? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? And who's going to help? And so the key, once you have those things in place, you go from confusion to clarity. Right. You go from lack of execution on your practice to consistent execution. Right. From no accountability in your team, in your processes, to a systematic accountability. Right. You go from no intentional structure. What does our business look like? What does our practice look like? What are the roles, the responsibilities, to a clear accountability structure. Then you go from confusing communication to clear communication.
And that's what we needed. I had a friend who was had a great joke. He goes, I'm married to a marriage counselor. They said, oh, your relationship with your wife must be perfect. He goes, no, I just really know what's wrong with it. That's a good joke because it's real life, because you want to know, let's say I was actually really good at shooting 3-point shots. So I had technique to know when I missed or not. I was pretty much an expert back then. I'm not Steph Curry, but if you never shot a basketball and you don't know how to fix your own errors, you need someone from outside your box to do this. I'm like Nacho Gallagher or Carrot Top back here. I have this book, The E-Myth Revisited, working on your business instead of in it. Now, my goal with these pieces is to motivate people to move forward and find out more. So how much time is this vision planning session? How much time is a practice going to dedicate?
Absolutely. So over the course of around 2 days, split up very, it depends on how, you want to do it, but typically it's split up over 2 days. I've had practices do it 1 week and the next week, 2 days straight, but typically it's about 2 full day sessions to output basically what you have right here.
You got your own props. I like it.
I do. I took my notes from you. I'm trying to, what else do you have out in your, in your packet back there? But you basically come out with this 1-page strategic plan that shares, and it's customized to you. Why do you exist? What do you stand for? Where are you going? How are you going to get there? All of those different pieces. And that's kind of what we get.
I like that. I want to give you guys a tip on how to talk to dentists. So I just gave a lecture in Florida about patient communication, and too often dentists get too dentisty about it. You don't want to lose bone. You do this. I said, you want to use implants to hold in your denture, Millie, because you don't want your teeth to fall out at your granddaughter's wedding. That is the impact it has on their life. So I'm actually somewhat exhausted by everybody saying you have to create value. And instead, while that's not bad, I say you want to share the impact it has on the life of the person you're helping. And with what you shared there, call it a strategic treatment plan to decrease stress, because that's what you're doing. You're giving practice owners a strategic treatment plan, a checklist. It's another book I have here, one of my favorite ones, the Checklist Manifesto. So they do this over 2 days. They work with you and your team to do this.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a practice owner watching this video saying, this sounds like me. I want to find out more of what it's going to cost, how I get involved, when I can schedule it. What's the best way for them to reach out to you, Zach?
Yep. So the best way for them to reach out to us, go to ducketlad.com. And then click on that work together page up in the top right-hand corner, fill your information out, click that you want the strategic planning option. That'll send a notification over to me and my team. We'll reach out directly and schedule. Basically what it is it's initial discovery call. Just to, is there really even a fit from both sides? Does this make sense?
One of the things I'll share is one of my things when I give large treatment plans is I don't really care what the patient chooses. I just really care about going over my menu, because teeth don't grow back. So maybe it's not the right time now, but it'll be the right time later. What I encourage my audience to do is find out how this can help you. There are people out there that exist to help increase your morale, improve your profit. They've done it with other people. They can do it with you. Can you tell us, Zach, you work with dentists, so you're doing the Lord G.V. Black's work there. That was a famous dentist. I bet you've met a few skeptical dentists. There's a few dentists who said, I don't know, this is worth it, blah, blah. How about a transformative story of one of your clients who said, I am really glad I did this. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't want to spend the time, but I got myself to do it, and now I'm really glad. Any stories like that come to mind?
Absolutely. There is, a client that I worked with a couple years back, and we're actually still working together now. But what happened is this dentist thought that he had to do everything in the practice. So he was a single practice,
Dentist issue.
Yes, right. So felt like he had to make all the decisions. Felt like he was over marketing, operations, finance, and having to work in the chair. After we worked together and built out who is going to help you achieve your vision, he recognized that he had a leadership team embedded already in his practice. And what that allowed him to do was to relinquish or delegate those pieces, the marketing that they didn't want to do.
Just had to put it together. It's like when you don't think you have a clothes in your closet, and then you look through and you say, oh man, I just had to put this right ensemble together to go out.
Absolutely. So the cool part about that is, and he actually came to tears after our session ended, because he recognized that he wasn't alone.
Yeah.
He was
that's what I can do for Dental Nachos, whether it's a Facebook group, a resource like you guys, sponsors. Making people feel less alone is really why we do all this, making you feel like somebody has your back, knowing there are people going through the same struggles. So, Zach, people can text strategic plan to 215-543-6454. If they just wanted to email you directly, how could they do that?
Yeah, so my email is very simple. It's zhoskins, Hoskins, at ducketlad, 2ds2ds.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing with us, Zach.
Awesome. Appreciate you, sir.